Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to talk about A3S protocol, which is a protocol that allows you to transfer wallet addresses to different ownership for various different use cases. Obviously nothing I say on this channel is financial advice, so always go away and do your own research before investing any of your own money. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Okay guys, so jumping over to the A3S website, which as always is linked down below in the description. Let's find out a little bit more about what A3S really is. So A3S protocol builds a next generation address standard that empowers addresses with liquidity. Users can securely transfer, stake, or integrate addresses with each other, enabling addresses as a service for the first time. Now, depending on which way you look at this, can understand a little bit about how you might want to use a service like this, or how a service like this might be used by other people. In terms of an address, why might someone want an address to be given to someone else? Well, if you think about NFTs, well, usually to get onto a whitelist, you have to do a lot of work, and a lot of the whitelists are taken up by people who might just get given whitelist but not really want a space on that whitelist. And ultimately that means that then the whitelist space is not taken up by anyone, and then the whitelist won't sell out. And often if an NFT project doesn't sell out a whitelist, then it can be a little bit of a knock-on effect because many people won't want to go and buy it if it's not sold out on whitelist, etc. So potentially for some perhaps less demand projects, then this could give an opportunity for those whitelist spaces to be kind of won and sold on to someone else. Now, a potential issue with that is that I've seen a lot of people now getting whitelists or employing teams of people to get themselves onto whitelists for some of the most in-demand projects, and then selling them on for much higher prices down the line, which tends to make getting onto whitelists almost impossible for some of these other projects when other people are just monopolizing on the whitelist, which kind of spoils the whole NFT experience, in my opinion. But obviously when there's money to be made, businesses will always try and outdo each other one way or another. Okay, so how it works basically, guys, you can generate a new generation address with no traditional explicit private keys, separate out the access to the address to an owner NFT, control the AS3 address to interact with others' addresses or contracts, transfer the owner NFT to others to achieve address transfer. Okay, so fairly straightforward in terms of how it all works. Made quite simple by the diagrams, etc. here. It obviously could perhaps have other features other than just being in NFTs, you know, maybe further down the line once there's like further applications being created on Web3, etc., games, etc., where it might be more beneficial to be able to share a wallet with someone or be able to sell a whole wallet of a whole host of NFTs that could be used for a particular game. That could be something that's like a more useful, tangible, that could be used rather than creating like a resale market for whitelists, etc. So what's going to happen after that? Transferability brings a supply and demand relationship for addresses and therefore creates a marketplace. So as we've just talked about, you can get a marketplace that might be various different things down below. It's going to show you all the different features available on that. So it's very straightforward to use. Once you've connected to your MetaMask wallet, you can see create an address. Just click on start here and it's going to take me through how to do it all. Claim owner NFT. It's the owner NFT of your address, represents the ownership and usage right of the address. Transfer the ownership of the NFT to others to achieve address transfer. So for example, you might buy or sell a particular address that's associated with a particular whitelist for an NFT. So perhaps I've got onto a whitelist today for an NFT which I know is massively in demand, but maybe I don't really want to buy that NFT right now. I can then sell or auction off that particular wallet address. So effectively I can auction off my place on the whitelist to someone else, and that's another way that I can maybe make money in the NFT market. As you can see at the moment, it's only available right now for founding members, but in the future it's obviously going to be available for more and more people. Now personally, although I don't like the idea of sharing whitelists, I can see that this could be useful in a variety of different ways. Perhaps gifting people NFTs or NFT collections might be kind of a nice way to do it. We've already talked about ways previously that you might find uses for this, Web3 extensions, etc. But for the future of NFTs, I actually think it's way far beyond digital images of rabbits and dogs and things like that. And I think that NFTs are going to be moving on to things like passports, and all legal documents, etc. are going to be stored in like an NFT form. So perhaps this is another way in which you can share particular information about yourself with those people that you want to share it with, giving access to wallets for your own particular personal documents, which you might need to do for kind of like future protocols, etc. I'm not exactly sure because obviously it doesn't exist right now, but this is obviously the technology that could support something like that happening, which obviously makes this an interesting technology. Now, as well as the website, guys, we'll leave a link down below for medium.com, which has got various information about AS3, including a number of different scenarios in which someone might see a value. Okay, so you've got the value of neglected interaction behavior, which is what we've basically been talking about, non-transferable on-chain assets and interests, cumbersome and expensive on-chain operations, and insecure asset custody. Now, one thing I have just thought of, which maybe you might not have considered already, if you are holding crypto and people don't really like to think about this, in terms of like a will which you write, so basically when you pass away or you die, you have the ability to hand over like your bank or the things that are in your bank, your assets, etc. to your family members. But obviously all of those things that are held in cryptocurrency can't be passed on to your family very easily. So perhaps if you were able to hand over the key under law to a lawyer or someone who's going to oversee this transaction and put it all in your will, etc., that it does mean that if the worst was to happen, then that information could be passed on to other people. So that's perhaps one way to look at it that would be actually a very, very useful and sensible idea for something like this being used. So in summary, guys, AS3 protocol is a very interesting protocol that allows you to trade different wallet identities with one another, which does have a variety of potential uses in the future and is a little bit vague right now as to potentially how it's going to be used, but I can see then as the future of NFTs develops, I think it's going to be something of real value when it finds its kind of right user base. Guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, then make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and if you're new to the channel, then make sure you subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date with all the latest happening in those. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye bye.